Hello. Guys, are you in the mood for honesty? Because the things I'm going to share with you today are not things I've shared on any of my platforms. I think some of my friends don't even know this. If you're in the mood for honesty, like I'm even thinking to myself, oh, me, stop oversharing. They don't need to know that it's Dima. If you're ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, stay tuned. All right, so what I neglected to share in the previous video is that I think I'm quite nostalgic right now because Purpose Practitioners Club is coming up on 5 years in November. Hey, but if your business, if you don't run away from your business in the first 5 years, you've got a good thing going. I don't know about the good thing parts. I'm kidding. But it's been so challenging. It's been so challenging, but also so fulfilling, so rewarding, so amazing, so inspirational to me. It's been a real journey. In this video, I want to talk about some of my biggest regrets. How many did I put on here? I put 4. 4 of my biggest regrets since starting the business in the 5 years that I've been doing this. I have these 4 major regrets. Number 1 is not capitalizing on the help that was coming my way from the beginning. Guys, I think people were shocked by this whole thing of, wait, you're charging for your knowledge and your expertise and your IP. It was a new thing for a lot of people, right? But also I was doing it so brilliantly. Like my clients, some of my former clients, some people who were seeing my content on LinkedIn or on Instagram were just like, we want to be on this bandwagon. And I can think of at least 5 people that have come up to me to say, I want to help you at no cost. I just want to be under your tutelage. I had a lady who offered to be my assistant for nothing. I had a lady who was in a program, in a course of her own, and she wanted to do my digital marketing. She's now my digital marketing strategist. So at least that one I carried through. I had a lady who was a client of mine. She graduated from the program and she was like, I am never leaving your side. I am sold to you. I'm sold to this. And she was like, whatever you need, I'm here to help. There was a lady who approached me from LinkedIn and was like, Mbumi, whatever you need, I got you. And I was like, what are you great at? Because that's my philosophy. I work with people who understand what they're great at and they do that to add value. And she was like, I'm great at research. And I was like, Bob's your uncle. I produce a lot of content. I am a researcher too. I'm an avid researcher too. So that's great. You do the research, I do the delivery. We had one meeting. We had one meeting on Zoom. And that was the only meeting we ever had. And I think at that point, I wasn't ready. And I think the readiness for me was just, I also didn't know what was happening. There was so many different moving parts. I was perfecting my craft in delivery. I wanted to get clients. I just wanted to get the thing right, that having people that I'm now responsible for have to give instructions to was very, very difficult for me. I didn't know what to do with the help, but I wish I had taken the help sooner because I've learned from a lot of my coaches. Guys, if there's one person who invests in coaching, it is this girl. And I'll tell you about another mistake that I made, that I shouldn't have made, but it's benefited me by regret. I invest in coaches, right? And one of my coaches was saying that her business grew when she outsourced help. So when she got an assistant, when she got house help and all of those things, it grew. And I can see how well I'm doing now, how much better I'm doing now, that I don't have to record my own content, that I don't have to edit my own content, that I don't have to worry about my own ads. Well, don't have to worry about those things because somebody else is taking care of it, right? It makes a world of difference. I just focus on delivery, and that for me is absolutely great. I wish I had stayed. And Shamfifi, if you're watching, reveal my girl, if you still love me, if you still love me, please reach back out to me. I want you. I want you. But anyway, I wish I had accepted that help, because it would have taken me further. It would have helped me on so many things that I've dealt with that I didn't have to deal with. So that's the first thing, not capitalizing on help. And I just want to say, guys, if there is one thing you do for yourself on this purpose journey, it is accepting help. Whether it is the help of a coach, which I highly recommend. Mina, my career did not take off until I hired coaches, because it was just that significant for me to have help. In the help of a sponsor, someone who's going to mention your name in rooms you cannot enter yet. It's going to be a mentor, someone who's walked that journey. Or it's going to be just someone who's saying, hey, I can do this for you. Is it okay? This thing of wanting, to be hyper independent, to be, quit it. Not on this purpose journey. Remember when God was sending Moses, and Moses was like, and God was like, hey, Tula. Okay, not like that. I think God is more gentle. It's okay, Moses. I'll send your brother to speak on your behalf. God always sends help. Please don't reject and deny the help, okay? Number 2, this one will shock you. It will shock you. If you're standing, you will faint. If you're watching something else, if you're watching this on your phone and there's something playing on the TV, you are going to pause. If you are eating, you will choke, because this one will shock you. One of my biggest regrets is that I left corporates before I was financially ready. Oh, Boomy! You, of all people? Yep, me, of all people. I always tell my clients, don't leave corporate until you're making your salary in your business or your other venture, the same salary you're making in corporate. What did your girl do? What did your girl do? After she got a little bit of good money, she was like, yes, I'm done. Bye. I left corporate before I was financially ready. And I'm going to admit, I wish I hadn't done that. Listen, I had saved up like 6 months to a year's worth of expenses, of living expenses. So I was going to be good. But I had not yet gotten my business to a point where it is making the same amount of revenue that I was making in corporate. And that is the biggest advice I have for my clients, but I'm going to tell you right now. Do not, and I mean do not, leave your formal employment until you have proven that your business will sustain you. Mina, I'm going there. Nobody can stop me. Ooh. And I landed. I was just like, what did I do? Get me out of here. That is one of my biggest regrets. I really wish I had. And you all know why I left when I did, right? Because I was being made to endure another year of a role I did not want to do. I no longer had capacity for. And at that point, it felt like me still being employed was lacking so much integrity. It was not integrous for me to stay there, because I wasn't getting paid for value. And I don't know about you guys, but I stand on the value of integrity. And I just knew Gutazi Absa is paying me good money, but it's for nothing, because I'm not adding the value that I know I can add. And I was not going to stay for another year in a role that I didn't want to do, having proven for an entire year that this is what I'm great at, and having done it immaculately. But I really, really wish that I had endured for another couple of months, just so that I can test what I had learned. And maybe let me tell you why I was comfortable with leaving at that time. And maybe let's make this my third. I had combined it, but let's make this my third biggest regret. So I didn't come across. When I got this blueprint or framework from God in 2018, I started looking for a coach to help me put the pieces together. And I hired this lady, this American lady, who at that time, I think I paid like 2.5 every month for her coaching. And I did that for a year. So when I tell you that I'm an investor in coaching, trust me. Hired her. Whenever she'd have other programs, I would buy the programs. I was very much invested in her way of thinking and in her way of doing things. And it did me well because I knew what to do and I was making money while doing it, right? And then in 2022, she came out with one of her biggest, baddest programs. And she took us through this, I think it was a 5-day challenge. 5-day challenge, we did the thing. And then in the end, she pitched her thing. Ha! What if you want to work with me for the next year? My program is $10,000. Where? $10,000. I sat there like, Elsie, had you said 10,000 Rand, I wouldn't have even batted an eyelid because I have spent 15,000 Rand for courses, 10,000 Rand for courses. I've spent on courses because I really believe in development and learning, right? Girl said $10,000. And now $10,000 is a discount. If you want to pay monthly, it will add up to $12,000. I was sitting there, I think at that time, I had like an excess amount of 10,000 Rand. And that 10,000 Rand was for a deposit to secure your spot in the program. What did your girl do? I was just like, 1 plus 1, and I prayed, Lord, what am I going to do? What's I, man? I work for a bank. If I took a loan, I wouldn't be paying the same interest rates as everybody else. I mean, it would be lower because I'm staff. Your girl deposited her 10,000 Rand for the program. Now I needed how much? Do the math. But my 180,000 Rand, right? I went to the bank and I was like, hey, I'd like to make a loan for my business. The guy was like, oh, what is this for? And I was like, no, it's for, I'm investing in education. I know that I'll make this money in like 3 months or whatever. And I took a loan for my business. 180,000 Rand. I came back. I said, yo, girl, here's your money. Teach me this thing. And there's a Bible verse that says, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And let me tell you, I was diligent in doing that program because 180,000 Rand. Also, mind you, the previous year in 2021, I went onto the internet. I was stepping good, dancing because I just gotten out of debt. What is your girl doing a year later, getting into more debt? But I understood that for me, that debt was important because it was going to open my mind up to a universe I didn't know. It was going to open my mind to information I didn't know. And I was confident that I am a person who applies stuff, right? I learn, I apply. I'm a go girl. And so I was like, 180,000 Rand is a lot of money, but I am going to make back this money and pay back this damn loan. Then I learned the stuff. And just before I left my job, I relaunched my program at the highest amount that I'd ever launched it before. And somebody said, bet, I'll buy. And I made so much money. I was like, I'm leaving my employer. But here's the mistake that I made. I didn't do it again and again and again and again. I just did it once and I was convinced that once was enough, and it wasn't. I promise you, had I done it possibly 5 more times, I would have made back that loan in 3 months. But I didn't do that because yeah, you know that thing, can God trust you with money? God, you can. I promise you can. I've gotten wiser now. You can trust me with money. But that's one of the biggest mistakes that I made. I found something that works and I didn't stick to it. And this is a fight that I have with my digital marketing strategist all the time. Mpumi, when you do something once, then you want to change it and change it and change it and change. I've learned not to do that. In fact, I was running, and I'm going to tell you, okay, let me tell you now. So I run masterclasses every month, right? At first I did it every week, but I think every month is great just for my sanity and for efficacy, right? So I run these masterclasses every month, and the masterclass is called Where is My Purpose Taking Me Next? For people who feel stuck, like, hey, I don't know what to do next. I've hit a ceiling. I'm tired of this grind. I want to discover my purpose. I want to know what to do. If you want to come to the next masterclass, click the link in the description and you're welcome. So on this, I had a way for people to sign up for the masterclass. A significant number of people signed up for the masterclass, and subsequently people signed up for my program. But then I was like, I think we need more people. And guess what I did? I changed the whole way. And my digital marketing strategist was like, yo, Mpumi, your concepts have no time to breathe because you want to change things all the time. Can you chill? Just give something the opportunity to work. And I saw that, hey, now that I'm thinking about it, the first time I ever did a webinar, ever, it went so well, I signed 6 people up. And then the next time I changed the webinar, how many people signed up? I'm sure 1 or 2. Because I changed something that was working. And if there's anything I want to say to you, give your ideas time to breathe. Give them time to exist. Give them time to grow. Do something over and over and over and over again until it proves to no longer work. But if you do something and it works, please keep doing it until it reaches its max, until it reaches its cap. And so I wish that I had launched using the same tactic over and over again so I could pay this loan in the quick time that I thought I would. It's taken me way longer to do it because I just wanted to change things over and over and over again. So those are the 2 things, right? I left employment before I was financially ready, and I took a loan that I didn't really follow through on the way I should have. The 4th thing I want to share with you. Hey! Hi, guys. Okay, I'm going to tell you because I've opened this door, right? I really wish I didn't have to tell you this. Well, I don't have to, but I think it's very important to be honest about the mistakes I've made. I left formal employment in 2023 in March. And can I tell you that I took a year-long sabbatical? I didn't work for an entire year. And this is so dangerous because I know that I offer high-ticket programs and services, right? And it doesn't take somebody seeing me one day to sign up to any of the things that I do. It takes a while. Several encounters, sometimes years. Umuntu will say, I've been following you for like 2 years. And this time I was ready. I didn't work for a year. An entire year. Knowing my customer cycle, that was one of the most foolish things I've ever done. And yes, I was grieving. I really don't believe that I should have left my employer in the way that I did, but I had no choice. I was backed into a corner. There was a lot of that, right? Like my normalcy was disrupted altogether. I was dealing with a lot of emotional things, and the reality of, geez, you're on your own, really, it was called a whiplash. That's what I had. For an entire year, I was paralyzed. I didn't work. Again, I told you that I saved me because I'm clever. But not working for an entire year was very, very stupid. And I think here I want to talk about safety. I relied on the safety of my savings. And here's what happens with a lot of you guys. You guys don't pursue your dreams because you are blinded by the illusion of safety. I know I have this idea, but I can't live here. I'm safe. At least I've got money every month. Guys, safety will be the number one killer of your purpose. Safety will be the number one killer of your dreams. Safety has killed so many bright ideas because people bavele bancebeleka banethezeka. The safety of whatever you think you are cushioned by is really going to be the death of you if you don't take that thing seriously. I realized that sometimes, even when I was employed, right, between 2019, 2020 and 2023, sometimes I didn't even care about what I was putting out there and whether I was registering one client or not. I didn't care about impact. I didn't care about making money. I really just didn't care because I had the safety of my revenue. I had the safety of my salary on the side. And because now I had the safety of my savings, I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. It does matter. Because your purpose is a calling. If you're not going to execute on the calling because at least I've got something on the side, you're playing a very dangerous game. A very, very dangerous game. And for me, because you know how consistency, and I'll give you a very, very vivid example. Guys, I used to be a hit on LinkedIn. I would post one thing, something like a diary entry. Thousands and hundreds of people would like and share and stuff. Now getting back on that horse, because for a year I was like, whatevs. I'm grieving. I'm starting from zero. Now I'm lucky if a post of mine gets like 200 interactions or reactions from 2,000 to 200. But that's the thing, because I took a break and I wasn't consistent. Now I'm rebuilding this whole thing from the ground up. It's very dangerous to find yourself in safety, because safety will crush your dream. It'll crush your idea. It will destroy your purpose, and it will take you along. I wish I hadn't done that, because now I'm focusing because I had rested for an entire year. And the last thing I want to share with you is one of my biggest regrets, and this happened last year, was taking work on Sabbath. If you don't already know, I'm Seventh-day Adventist and we don't work on Sabbath. And that's because that's what the Bible says, right? About 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the day of the Lord your God, in it you shall do no work. There was an opportunity that came up. It was a speaking engagement that came up. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. But I was wrestling. I was just like, you know that you are not supposed to do this. And listen to how I justified it. But this work is my purpose. Like, it's the thing that you put me on this earth to do. And it's a ministry. But my soul didn't get any rest. And even as I took that opportunity, something in me was like, you're going to pay for this disobedience. But I was like, please, I'm a hit, okay? I'll get over it. I'll get through it. And I did the gig. And in my mind, I said, yeah, when I do this, it'll open up doors for other opportunities. But let me tell you something. Disobedience opens no doors. And I don't know what it looks like for you, right? For me, it was working on Sabbath. For you, it could be something else. For others, and for most people, it's the disobedience to not even say yes to God's calling on your life. And that's not what I want to kuza you about. Whatever disobedience looks like for you, please know that disobedience will never open doors for you. It will never. It may seem like it's working now and you're getting away with it, but you are going to pay for it later. And I have paid for it tremendously. Like, I've seen doors get shut in my face, not because God said no, but because I had to learn. I had to learn a lesson. And so I really want to say, I guess the whole point of this thing, I'm not just sharing this because I want to have content and I want you to be like, umpumi, umzwile. But it's really important, for me particularly, because it's my journey that I developed a framework around. It's my journey that has helped so many other professionals get to where they are. So it would be so disingenuous and so unreal of me to share the good parts of the journey. Hey, this is how you make it, and not share the parts that are going to hinder you from making it. And me sharing all of these things is me saying to you, learn from what I have gotten wrong so you don't get it wrong. There would be no point. It would be futile. It would be foolish of you to stumble on the blocks that I stumbled on and I'm warning you about. Please don't think that disobedience will open doors for you. Please don't relax. Yeah, let me talk about this one quickly again. This other lady was saying now there's this whole rest, take it easy movement that's happening. If that message is not for you, it's not for you. When are you starting out your business and some influential, aspirational person is saying, oh, I'm in a season of ease, and it's teaching everybody about ease. What is the past tense of grind? They grinded. I don't know what it is. They toiled. They worked to earn that ease. You can't just be rocking up now and be like, oh, Umpumi says I must take it easy. Yeah. Excuse me. You're going to have major, major problems. Don't rest when you have to work. And you know what the Bible says? A little slumber, a little folding of the arms to rest. Social poverty come upon. God hates it when we are supposed to be working and we decide to rest, because he knows what the aftermath is. I don't want to struggle. I don't want you to struggle. So when it's time to work, work. When it's time to rest, rest. Don't leave before it's time. And when you make a big commitment, follow through on your commitment, because that is what I did, and that is what I didn't do. And I'm really not happy with myself for doing that. But also when help presents itself, please take the help. Okay? That's it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, You know the drill already. And I don't know why I tell you these things at the end, because you may not even make it to the end. But if you're hearing this, you made it to the end. But yeah, those are some of my biggest regrets. Next week, I will share with you some of my major successes. Oh, some of my most beautiful, serendipitous, amazing things that have happened to me on this journey. So I'll see you next week. Ciao.